To move on, there's one athlete in particular that needs to be recognized. That would be this year's Athlete of the Year award winner. So for those that don't know, when coaches and SEASPAR staff are making nominations and discussing potential candidates for the Athlete of the Year award, we're looking for some specific set of qualities. This includes athletes having a positive attitude, displaying good sportsmanship, understanding that commitment to the team is vital, knowledge of the sports, and having the skills to impact the game to some degree. The Athlete of the Year is not necessarily your most talented player, and in some cases, they are chosen more so for how they motivate themselves, impact their peers, inspire their teammates, and strive for success. This year's award winner joins the SEASPAR volleyball program in 2015, and though she did not have well-developed volleyball skills at the time, her athleticism and her ability to make a play on the ball impacted the team immediately. The next year, and after a 4-year drought, she would play an integral part in getting that same team, her Spartan's white team, to the state volleyball tournament. Last year, with vacant roster spots on the Spartan's blue team, we asked this athlete if she would be willing to play up at a higher level of play, even though her volleyball skills were not quite at that level. And though she expressed how much she would miss her friends from the white team, she did what we needed her to do. Unfortunately, her Spartan's blue team narrowly missed qualifying, while her old team qualified for state for the second straight year. As her former Spartans team was preparing for their first game at the state tournament, the nerves were beginning to set in and tensions were running high, until a familiar and unexpected face appeared. Wanting to be present for her former team, she and her mom drove 90 miles to Rockford to give her old teammates inspiring cards, well wishes, and to just be another friendly face in the audience, or in the stands to cheer for them. Her presence sparked something in our athletes that day, and the coaches truly felt that their excitement in seeing her factored into their stellar play that day. When asked why she drove up, she replied, "Because I miss my friends." Even the coaches were inspired by those simple, compassionate words and her actions as a fan. After that first season of volleyball as a SEASPAR Spartan, this athlete's newfound friends and coaches urged her to play basketball under the SEASPAR banner. She joined without question and was placed on SEASPAR's mid-level grade squad. Early on, the coaches were impressed by her mosquito-like tenacity as a defender and her speed on and off the ball. Her natural athleticism, as well as her basketball skill set and game awareness, had solidified her as a starter for the next 2 years. Again, due to roster vacancies, we asked her once again to switch teams to play up at a higher level. And though she was nervous to do so, she agreed to make the switch if it helped SEASPAR field competitive rosters. Eventually, we were able to move her back to her Spartans grade team, where she picked up right where she left off as one of the best players on the team, running the floor as the starting point guard. SEASPAR greatly appreciated her willingness to switch teams like she had done with volleyball that same year. She could have quit, but instead, she admirably chose to do whatever the coaches needed or what was asked, for the sake of SEASPAR, other athletes, and the chance to play regardless of team. She could, as the lone female athlete on her basketball teams, roughing it up with the boys was nothing new to her. So when some of the SEASPAR coaches suggested that she play flag football, she agreed and did not hesitate. In 2017, SEASPAR would field the flag football team for the second straight year, and getting faster, more agile athletes was a must. This athlete fit this need and became a prominent focal point in the Spartans' run game. There were already a few bruising running backs on the roster, but SEASPAR needed that shifty, elusive back to help offset those rumblers. Her size was all too often overlooked by opposing players at the start of a game until she received the ball and the chase was on. Pound for pound, this person is one of the best pure athletes SEASPAR has on roster, but at 5'0", she was bound to be bumped to the turf once in a while. And every time she immediately popped up, ready to roll into the next play. All that said, this athlete is quick with a smile and ready with an encouraging fist bump for her peers. She has truly become a frontline player for SEASPAR Special Olympics. Her coaches will continue to try to push her to new sports, and when she does, as she has so consistently demonstrated thus far, she will give her utmost effort in practice and games alike. She has shown that as an athlete, she can also be a fan of SEASPAR, and with that lead-by-example way she carries herself, we know she'll be an asset to SEASPAR sports for years to come. Our hope is that her attitude, demeanor, motivation, dedication, and character rubs off on other SEASPAR athletes, new and old alike. In her short time here at SEASPAR, she quickly has earned the fellowship, respect, trust, and reverence of her teammates and coaches. It is for all those reasons that I'm pleased to announce the 2018 Athlete of the Year Award to Samantha Wagner.
No matter what, got money on my mind, I can never get enough, and every stay there.